Hey garden friends, welcome back to week 4 and 5 of the Pantry Challenge. I am kicking week 4 off with some brunch crepes. I made some lemon ricotta crepes with some blueberry jam on top as well as some powdered sugar. This was brunch for this day, something light and a nice treat for us. All right guys, so for Sunday, January 22nd, lunch, I made some broccoli cheese soup. And if you haven't had broccoli cheese soup, this is probably the easiest soup to make that I probably ever made. And it's a great go-to meal, 15 minutes or less during the week. And it's absolutely delicious. A little bit different than a broccoli cheddar soup, but nonetheless, it gets the job done. So I made this for lunch like today, and we'll probably have leftovers of this tomorrow. And I'm simply pairing it with one of those corn muffins that we have in the freezer. All right, guys, so for dinner, January 22nd, this is Sunday, we're having shrimp po' boys. I did Creole Cajun shrimp with this. I did a Cajun remoulade sauce and just topped it with some shredded lettuce. I didn't have any slicing tomatoes, so I went ahead and used up the last few cherry tomatoes I had from my cherry tomato tree, which I let die in the last week and a half, but that'll be in a different video. But this is what we're having for dinner. Looks delicious. So excited about this because we don't fry foods at home often, so this will be well worth the effort. And we just finished off this lovely dinner with desserts. So I went ahead and pulled one of the peach cobbler pies that I had in the freezer out. I'm pairing this with some southern butter pecan gelato, and this is dessert. Good morning, guys. So it's Monday, January 23rd. This is what we're having for breakfast. I took those shrimp that we had left over from last night, paired it with some grits, and then made a red Creole sauce to go with it. So this is what we're having for breakfast today. For dinner this night, I went ahead and made some pork nachos. I pulled some chipotle pork that I had in the freezer that I had slow cooked, warmed it up, and just paired it with some fresh corn nachos and toppings. Good morning, y'all. So today is Tuesday, January 24th. This is breakfast for today. I really wanted a thoughtless or mindless breakfast that I could put together. I woke up very, very kind of ravenous, and I guess that's because I didn't have a lot to eat yesterday. So I woke up immediately hungry, and this was one of the quickest things I could think to throw together. So this is what I'm having. I was aiming also at finishing up these waffles, so these are the last two, and I'm happy about that. So this is breakfast. So for Tuesday, January 24th, lunchtime, we just had leftovers of the nachos, the pork nachos. So we're actually having a full serving tonight because it's not, today because it's not super late, and I am pretty hungry. So this is lunch. So for dinner, Tuesday, January 24th, we had chana masala over rice. I ended up not making the naan in time. By the time I was done with all of my bread making today, I just didn't feel like doing it. So I ended up making some basmati rice and pairing it with the chana masala. I also added in some lentils for some extra protein. So this is a vegetarian meal, probably one of the best and most tasteful vegetarian meals that there is. Good morning, y'all. So for breakfast on Wednesday, January 25th, I'm having one of my homemade bagels. This is an everything bagel with some cream cheese. And this thing is delicious. I'm sorry, I had to put that in here. I know I said that in the other video, but this thing is good. Definitely a really good bagel recipe if you guys want to give it a try. Probably one of the best bagel recipes, if I'm being honest. I feel like I can say that, being from New York. I'm just kidding, but it is so good. It is so good, and I'm so glad I made these. Wednesday, January 25th, dinner, we're just having some baked potatoes, this leftover pork that I did with the chipotle, and then I stir-fried some cabbage. I have a cabbage in the fridge that needed to be used up, so we used half of it today. For breakfast on Thursday, January 27th, I had an English muffin toasted with butter and homemade strawberry jam. Hey guys, so it's Thursday, lunchtime. This is January 27th, and this is what we're having for lunch. So I had some Aldi brand orange chicken that I just heated up in the oven for the recommended time, some frozen Asian veggies, and then a box of the chicken and broccoli rice-a-roni that I'm pairing. So this is what we're having for lunch, and yeah, using the stuff up. All right, guys, so for Thursday, January 27th, this is what we had for dinner. We used up those leftover baked potatoes. I made some corn and some bacon wrapped scallops, and that is dinner for today. Hey guys, it's Friday, January 27th. For dinner today, we're having some black bean and sweet potato burgers with some dressings and some fries. Finishing up the homemade hamburger buns that I made. We were able to get out another can of black beans, and this looks and smells delicious. So we're gonna dig in. This is what's for dinner. Good morning, guys. So today it is Saturday, January 28th. I'm kicking off the morning with some green juice. I wanted to get some like extra nutrients in, and yeah, I've just been feeling a little wonky this last week or so. But this is just some like cabbage, parsley, kale, apples, and lemon with a little bit of ginger. And it's actually really, really good. So if you're looking for a green juice recipe, go ahead and try that. I said apple, kale, cabbage, parsley, lemon, and ginger. And it's delicious. So this is how we're kicking off the morning this Saturday. For breakfast on Sunday, January 29th, we had bagels, sandwiches. So I just did eggs, cheese, and bacon on some of the homemade bagels that we have, and this is for breakfast. So for Sunday, January 29th, this is what we're having for dinner. I made a Gruyere pepper mac and cheese. That is one of my signature mac and cheeses. I made some mango chutney barbecue ribs and some mixed vegetables. This is going to be good. I know it looks like probably a lot more than we've been eating, but we spent a full day in the garden today and we are extra hungry. And even if I don't finish this, it'll be well worth it. It'll be well worth having it on the plate. I'll save it for tomorrow, no big deal. But you know, when it comes to soul food, we're kind of no holds barred around here. So definitely going to enjoy this. Ribs and mac and cheese are one of my favorite pairings. Good morning, friends. It is Monday, January 30th, and this is breakfast. So I am like obsessed with easy these last few days, or I guess you could say over this last week. And these bagels that I made are absolutely delicious. I don't know if you guys can see like the texture on this. The top is like nice and crispity crunchy, and the flavor, it tastes really, really good. So I've really been enjoying these. I have been on an easy kick, and bagels, English muffins, toast, those things are easy, and I do not regret eating them every single morning if it's going to give me just a little bit of sanity. So this is what I'm having for breakfast: poppy seed bagel with some cream cheese and my coffee, and I will see you guys for lunch. Lunch for Wednesday, February 1st is leftover French onion soup and a slice of olive oil toast with some garlic on it. So I think this completed like using up the French onion soup that was left over in the freezer. And yep, this is for lunch. All right, guys, so for dinner on Wednesday, we had spaghetti and some green beans. I was originally supposed to make a tamale pie, but I got a craving for spaghetti, so I went ahead and made that instead. I used ground chicken for this, and then I just topped it with some Parmigiano Reggiano. Good morning, y'all. For breakfast on Thursday, February 2nd, I'm just having an everything bagel toasted with some butter. I wanted something simple, quick, something I didn't really have to think about, and this is what we landed on. Friday's breakfast is a homemade English muffin with sausage and cheese. I was able to finish up this like sausage patty. This was like the last of a big bag of sausages that we had. We've been moving through these pretty quickly, so I guess this is like the homemade English muffins are definitely a favorite. So I think I'm going to refrain from buying the store-bought ones as much as possible and stick to just making them ourselves. Obviously, I had this with my cup of coffee, and this is breakfast for me. All right, guys, it is Friday, February 3rd. This is dinner. So I made a quick and easy version of KFC's mashed potato bowls. I used the packaged instant potatoes. I think I had the loaded baked potato one. I just warmed up some corn. I'm using the Parmesan chicken breaded tenders from Aldi, and then I made a quick like gravy to go over top. So this is dinner for Friday night. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday, February 4th, and this is what we're serving for breakfast. So I have an English muffin, just toasted with butter and a little bit of salt, and I have some vanilla yogurt with my homemade strawberry jam topped with some grape nut. And this is what I'm eating. Saturday, February 4th, for dinner, we're having some bacon grilled cheeses and some ramen. And these two things don't go together, but I wanted to have something to go with the grilled cheese that was like kind of like soup, but I didn't want to like get fancy or make anything, crazy. So I just kind of threw a can of carrots, a bag of mixed vegetables, and a ramen packet and some broth, and we made the grilled cheeses, and that's what we're eating. And that wraps our pantry challenge recording. I enjoyed doing this, and I will continue the pantry challenge into February, but I am not going to record it with garden season picking up. It is a lot to do, so I'm going to focus on that. I thank you guys for coming along, and I'll see you in our next garden update.